Hello and welcome back to the channel. We continue to say that the more you can do for self, the better off you will be. Meaning the more you can do at home, where you know what's going on, whose hands have been on what, who's been breathing on what, the better off you will be. So right now there's a report that a lot of customers who frequent a particular Starbucks have been exposed to hepatitis A. And so that means that they got to start scurrying about to see who these people are. This is why they are putting this report out there. So if you are near this location, you can go and handle your business to see what's going on. Anyway, go ahead and take a listen at the report, and I will be right back.
A New Jersey Starbucks employee who handled food and later tested positive for hepatitis A may have exposed thousands of customers to the virus. The hepatitis A exposure encompasses anyone who visited the Starbucks at 1490 Blackwood Clementon Road on November 4, 5, 6, 11, 12 and 13, according to County spokesman Dan Kieshin. The Camden County Health Department was notified of the incident on Wednesday and immediately shut down the Gloucester Township Starbucks location, Kieshin told CNN. People who frequented that Starbucks and aren't vaccinated for the hepatitis A are advised to receive the vaccine as soon as possible, but no later than 14 days after contact, the health department said in a news release on Friday. The county health department has been working closely with the patient and the staff at the Starbucks to address the situation, Camden County Health Officer Pascal Moico said in a news release. Our highest priority is ensuring everyone involved remains safe and healthy. The patient is not currently working, and close contacts have been identified. We encourage anyone who may believe they were exposed to get vaccinated against hepatitis A by calling the county health department or your primary care physician. Public health employees provided 17 hepatitis A vaccines to Starbucks employees on Thursday and set up a nearby pop-up vaccine clinic Friday and Saturday, Kieshin said. So far, 800 vaccines have been administered, marking the largest hepatitis A vaccine effort in the state's history, according to Kieshin. Starbucks says that location is busy, as most are, Kieshin said. They're saying they have an average of 600 patrons a day, and some are return patrons, maybe going multiple times a day. But the exposure is probably in the thousands. Visitors of the Starbucks should absolutely get vaccinated. The Starbucks employee who contracted the virus is in recovery. So far, no one has tested positive for hepatitis A as a result of the exposure, the spokesman said. I found out that my daughter and myself were both exposed possibly to hepatitis A. I was able to get my vaccination today and ultimately I feel good, Kieshin told CNN affiliate WABC. If you came in contact with material that came out of the drive-thru, or you went inside of the building itself, you should absolutely get vaccinated. Due to the limited number of vaccines in the state, gathering the appropriate amount of doses was no easy task. We had our public health department employees driving all over the state, in some cases hundreds of miles, picking up vaccines across the state, Kieshin explained. There's not a lot of hepatitis A vaccine doses available in New Jersey. The county has successfully secured 500 doses for another pop-up clinic planned for Wednesday as demand for the vaccine continues to rise. Hepatitis A is an infection of the liver that is very contagious and can be spread through close contact with an infected individual or through consumption of contaminated food or drink, according to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Symptoms include fever, fatigue, nausea, vomiting, abdominal discomfort and jaundice and usually appear 2 to 6 weeks after infection and last less than 2 months, according to the CDC. Hepatitis A rates in the United States declined by more than 95% since the vaccine first became available in 1995, according to the CDC. Neighboring Philadelphia declared a public health emergency due to a surge in hepatitis A in 2019 with a bulk of cases occurring among at-risk populations in Kensington. Correction, a previous version of this story misstated when the Starbucks employee went to work in November. It was before testing positive for hepatitis A.
Okay, so listen y'all, at the end of the day, you really don't know who is working at these establishments. And I'm not just talking about Starbucks. I'm talking about any of these fast food, or it doesn't even have to be fast food. It can be a fine restaurant. You don't know anything about the people who work at these establishments. Nothing at all. I've heard people say that you can't just go to anybody's house and eat. You can't just eat from anyone's table. You can't just eat from anyone's kitchen, right? People will say that in a minute, but when you actually go to a restaurant, do you really understand that you really are eating at anyone's table? Because you have no idea where these people live, what their lifestyle is, what they are all about. Just because you see the logo of some major company sitting on top of the building doesn't mean that every person within that building have clean habits, if you know what I mean. And so we talk about not eating from anyone's table. Essentially, you do when you go to a restaurant. This is why it's very important that people start learning how to do for self. I'm not saying that it's horrible to go to a restaurant. I'm just saying we need to learn how to start doing for self. We really do, because if this is the kind of stuff you can be exposed to, then maybe we should start doing more for self instead of depending on others to do things for us. For a lot of people, going to a restaurant is a matter of convenience. For others, is a matter of laziness. For some, there are other reasons. You might be traveling on the road and you have no other choice in some cases. So we understand that, but when you consider the time that we're living in, it seems like disease is just being thrown around and hurled around like 90 going west, you see. So all these people that have been exposed to this, they have to now go and get vaccinated from something that's a very serious illness, a very serious virus. So I think it's best that, people kind of try to merge back into the way things used to be. When I say merge, I don't understand you have to go slowly. You can't do everything at once. I understand that. I totally get it. But as quickly as possible, we need to start getting back to the basics, which is taking care of ourselves, handling our own business, and stop depending on anything outside of us to take care of us. Because if you're going to be exposed to stuff like this, to me, it's worth it to just figure out another way to feed your face, you see. Anyway, I'm done with this report. Remember in the comment section to keep it tight and keep it right. But until next time. We hope you liked today's topic. Please leave your comments below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, share it like this video, and with that, we're out. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.